Hey guys, I know I've been gone for a while, but I'm back to do another celebrity reading. So tonight we're gonna see what's going on with A$AP Rocky. One thing I will say though, guys, is that Spirit told me that before Trump contacted the Swedish president, there was actually somebody involved in his case that was thinking about letting him off. They were seriously looking into getting the charges dropped, but something about Trump contacting the Swedish president made things worse. It's like an attitude of like, who do these Americans think they are? That type of thing. Yeah, so Trump contacting the Swedish president, not a good idea. Things aren't looking that good for A$AP Rocky, but I'm gonna see what the cards say. There's just a lot of energy around making an example of him. For one reason or another, there's a lot of energy around making an example of him to let other Americans know who travel to that country not to mess with the residents there. There's just a lot of energy, not so much on what he did, not saying that what he did, they really know it's not that bad, but there's more of an energy around making an example of him. All right, so I'm gonna get into the cards and see what's up with this case. First off, I wanna find out, is it true that he's living in really bad conditions and that there is, he's living in filth? I want to find out if that's true. Not exactly, no, guys. That's not true. That was definitely to try to get him out faster. He was like to one of his, he was like to his publicist or something like, say whatever you gotta say, I don't care, say whatever you gotta say, just get me out of here, just get me out of here. It was that type of thing is what I'm picking up. So his publicist had to make something up to try to help him get out of jail, but unfortunately it didn't work. It actually blew up in his face. Okay, so let's see here. I wanna see the people working on this case and what they plan to do with him. I want to see people work in this case. What do they plan to do with him? Do they really plan to throw the book at him? No. Okay. So there is someone involved in this case. It's a male, and I'm thinking it's a judge. It's a judge. He's like a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus. He's an earth sign guy. He's not willing to be, unfortunately, okay, with A$AP Rocky, he kind of got the short end of the stick in this situation, because if there was anyone else working on his case, he could have paid them to get off and be on his way. But unfortunately, the person that's working this case is not going to be bribed. They're just not going to be bribed. They don't care. They're Dudley Do Right. They care about doing the right thing, and they want to bring justice to this case. They're very straight by the book type of person. Unfortunately, that's not good for A$AP. Sorry. Okay, so I want to find out, what do they plan to do? Oh, and by the way, the world card came up. That's what I was saying, guys. They're trying to make an example of him to show the world that when a foreigner comes to their countries, they can't treat the citizens any type of way. This is what I'm saying, guys. See, Spirit is on point. They want to make an example of him. It's not so much what he did, it's that they want to make an example of him to let other people know, listen, when you come to our country, you better come correct, you better act right. That's what it is. Okay, so I want to see if A$AP Rocky will serve any jail time. Well, I want to see if they're going to throw the book at him, if they're going to be 2 years. A$AP Rocky be convicted of his assault case. He was convicted of his assault case. Okay, so he's definitely gonna do whatever he can do to get off of this case. He's not holding any punches. There's someone in the situation who A$AP around him who A$AP thinks has his best interest in heart, but really he doesn't care. And this person, it's what's gonna put the nail in the coffin, basically. So A$AP's gonna serve, he's gonna serve a little bit of time, is what I'm picking up. I am picking up he's gonna serve, he's definitely gonna serve a little bit of time, but the negative attention from the media that this gets, that he's definitely not gonna serve the full 2 years, guys. They're not gonna make him serve the full 2 years, because what's going to happen is going to impact their tourist industry. People are going to be like, you know, forget it, I'm not coming to Sweden if y'all going to act like that. Is that sort of thing. So they're going to try to strike a balance to where they let people know that, okay, you can't come to our country and act any sort of way, but also at the same time not make them serve the full time for the insult or anything like that. So I would say he's gonna serve, okay, cards, how long is he gonna serve? How long is he gonna serve? Yeah, he's definitely gonna serve, after his conviction, I would say he serves about a few more months. They're also gonna count time served as well too, guys. So the time that he's already in prison, that's gonna count, I'm feeling that's gonna count towards, when he's convicted, that's gonna count towards his time already served. So, I mean, after he's convicted, I'll say he's gonna be out in another few months. He's not gonna serve that long of a time, but he's gonna serve long enough to put him and other Americans, so to speak, on notice. All right, so let's see here. What is going to happen? You know what, I'm gonna use these cards. I wanna see what's gonna happen with A$AP Rocky's career. Let's see what's happening with his career. What's gonna happen with his career? After he gets out. Okay, so what's gonna happen with his career is that he's definitely gonna get a lot of interviews after this happened, because this is, especially that fake story that he leaked about him, you know, being in a filthy prison or whatnot, is kind of making him out to be this martyr. So he's gonna get a lot of interviews. People wanted to talk to him to find out exactly what happened. He's not gonna get too involved in the political aspect of things, you know, about being treated unfairly in justice. He's not gonna get too involved in that, because in his mind, he ain't got time for that. He ain't got time for that. So, but he's definitely going to do a few interviews, which definitely gives his story, his version of events, what happened with this individual. One thing I'm picking up is this individual too, guys. This individual that got into it with A$AP Rocky, he just, in his local country, like he just wasn't a regular any old body. Like he, almost like the family he comes from is well-to-do, and that tied into A$AP being arrested because his family has connections and his family's well-to-do. He just wasn't the average Joe, so to speak, that got into it A$AP. He definitely wasn't the average Joe. This was somebody that came from a rich family, and they had connections, and that tied into A$AP Rocky being in jail now. All right. So yeah, I'm picking up that he's definitely going to do a lot of interviews. And he's definitely going to use that sympathy card to his advantage. They definitely use the sympathy card to his advantage. One thing I will say is that A$AP Rocky is surprised. He really is surprised because he really thought that he was going to pay somebody off and that it'll be all good, you know. But that's not the case. So it did take him by surprise. It did take him by surprise. Yeah. So I'm not going to do too much on this reading or delve too much in it. Unfortunately, guys, I'm not, you know, necessarily too into A$AP Rocky or a huge fan of his. So I'm going to keep this reading short, but that's definitely what I picked up on. I hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe.